Well, the fire started in the back side area of the home. It quickly caught these power lines on fire, moving it into the attic. Investigators are here now trying to determine exactly how and why this fire got started. Having this simulator on gives the person the virtual reality of what a distracted driver is doing on their phone and what they simply can't see. This is the area uphill from Harold's restaurant where they're hoping to launch fireworks on July the 3rd. Danny, the restaurant owner, tells us this area has 175 feet for fallout. And as you can see, it's clear of any debris or vegetation. At around 8:40 this morning,
I just heard this bang, then all I saw the flame. That's it.
the house at the northwest corner of 14th Street and Roosevelt up in flames. Well, the fire started in the back side area of the home. It quickly caught these power lines on fire, moving it into the attic. Investigators are here now trying to determine exactly how and why this fire got started.
This fire burned the fence and everything on the side of the house and the power lines, causing them to fall and then getting into the attic space of this home.
As they got into the attic, firefighters try to save as many personal belongings as possible. And as neighbors take a look at what's left, the people who live here still have no clue as to what has happened to their home.
We haven't been able to locate them yet and are still working to find out who lives here and how many people will be affected by this fire.
In Central Phoenix, I'm Karla Navarrete, CBS 5 News.
19 years now, Mikkel Biggs' disappearance from her Mesa neighborhood has remained a mystery. The 11-year-old girl vanished while waiting for an ice cream truck.
Today, Mikkel's younger sister, Kimber, sat down with our Karla Navarrete, sharing memories from that day and hoping to bring in a tip to solve this case.
The vision of my bike in the road with the tire spinning is permanently etched in my brain. I mean, I cannot forget how that looked.
It was January 1999. Kimber and Mikkel had been playing outside. When Mikkel heard the ice cream truck, Kimber went inside to get a jacket because it was cold. She headed back out and called out for her sister, Mikkel.
Whoever took her was probably, still moving around the corner. Even though now to this day I know it wasn't my fault, I do feel a bit of that what if situation. What if I hadn't left? What would be the scenario now if I had stayed out there with her, or if I had just made her come in with me.
Almost 2 decades later, Kimber still holds on tight to Mikkel's red teddy bear, a picture of her sister and her sister's favorite piece of artwork. These are the Biggs a few weeks after Mikkel went missing.
If she's able to hear us, she knows we love her dearly.
Darlene and Darian Biggs' pleas for Mikkel's safe return have fallen on deaf ears. Since then, the Biggs have moved to Utah. Kimber says she and her family believe Mikkel is no longer alive.
My main thing is just, and I always say this, I'm not going to stop until I have answers. For the rest of my life, if that's what it takes, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to search for justice and search for the peace my family deserves.
Well, during the initial investigation, Mesa Police tells us they received thousands of tips. We reached out to them today, and they get nothing. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Karla Navarrete for Arizona's Family. In a sea of pink, women from just about every corner of the state made their voices heard at the state capitol today.
There's a lot of things that we all care about, and we don't feel like we're being heard in our current legislation. So we want to encourage ourselves, all the other women, men who support us, all to get out and vote in November. It's very, very important. All politics is local, so vote.
Men like Mike Weber supporting the women in their lives.
Yeah, they just don't get the respect they deserve. I think a woman can do anything a man can do. If she's physically capable of doing it, let her do it.
Many of the signs they carried not able to be shown on television due to the profanity they quoted the president saying. Some of them, like this one, poking fun at the president's tweets from yesterday, addressing the marches.
I love comedy, and in the midst of the sorrow and the anger, you have to laugh. And I wanted to come out here today and make people laugh.
This woman decided to dress up as President Trump, carrying the Statue of Liberty on his shoulders, and she was quite a hit.
I'm here as a nearly 60-year-old woman protesting like I did back in the 70s against the Vietnam War. And I just want to see love and compassion again.
In Central Phoenix, I'm Karla Navarrete. Having this simulator on gives the person the virtual reality of what a distracted driver is doing on their phone and what they simply can't see.
This is awesome!
8-year-old Caitlin Spalding may be too young to drive now, but at this age, she already knows the dangers of getting behind the wheel and texting at the same time.
I was reading the texts and I'm like, what the heck? So once I looked up, I was like, there's something in front of you and there's something beside you.
The video simulator she and dozens of others got to experience today is part of the It Can Wait campaign. It brings a real-life scenario up close and personal for drivers of all ages.
If kids are in the car and they see their parents doing it, that habit, that sticks with them when they're older, and by the time they drive, they think that's okay. So I think especially parents need to look at their behavior and look at the example they're setting.
According to Scott Husher, the number of distracted drivers in Arizona is higher than other states because we have no laws banning texting and driving.
So that's why we're telling people to put your phone away for 21 days, see if you can stick to that, and then you won't even have to think about it anymore. It'll just be habit, and you're not going to be looking at your phone on the road.
To those who text and drive, Caitlin has one simple message.
Stop driving, get off your phone.
So far, 10 million drivers have pledged to not text and drive. The goal is to reach 16 million by the end of this year. In Tempe, Karla Navarrete for 3TV.